to look into such matters. That's when we sometimes run into some challenges, given the fact that there's so much congestion upper ezindleleni. Sikwamkele ke Mr. Binqose apha enkqubeni namhlanje. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Let's start here. Behavior yabahlali on the roads, as far as the department is concerned, has it been much more vigilant, or has it been much more of the same from what you have experienced upper in the past, given what we are going to be discussing going forward with the conversation yet?
Behavior was the biggest letdown, I must say. At least for those who were involved in that today. We've got to take our head of people who traveled in Jalazetu but were not involved in any accidents. I'm saying that they were the biggest letdown because we've seen a lot of head-on collisions in Jalazetu, and head-on collisions tell one story and one story only. That one of the drivers was on the wrong side of the road and another was innocent when the crash happened.
Wow. So can we talk then about numbers, maybe just to put in perspective to abahlali who are listening? How were the numbers of this festive season compared to that of the previous or of the past? And is there an improvement of any kind? Oganye, as you say, is it not something that you can smile about?
So there's certainly nothing to smile about. Umphathiswa Kazolongo, Mr. Fikile Mbalula, is expected to make an announcement later today. Nationally, or now we've fared as a nation in reducing or attempting to reduce road fatalities with South Africa. And of course, give a breakdown of province by province. And as they will find out no later than today. But we do not expect the numbers to be any better than they were last year. Of course, partly due to the fact that festive season 2022 was completely different to the festive season of the past year because this year there was a lot of freedom of movement, no restrictions, none whatsoever, as compared to the last year. So that may mean that there were a lot more vehicles on our roads, and with more vehicles, the higher chance of crashes, unfortunately.
Yeah, and we saw up on Apaya where the department was posting on all the platforms about the different activations and the places where there would be roadblocks or inspection points, etc., to make sure that people are complying. What did you discover mostly, Kwezi points, where you and the law enforcement and the traffic enforcement individuals or teams would go and inspect izinto that are happening on the roads? What was more prominent up, and what did you discover about our motorists and their behavior in the festive up or Wezo points?
What was disturbing when I'm was that unfortunately we came across quite a few people that were driving under the influence of alcohol. And the experience yes, those who are driving under the influence of alcohol, whether umthetho speed or umthetho of where one can or cannot overtake, effectively rippling effects, and all those are negative in terms of behavior. So these head-on collisions are partly due to the fact that people continue to get behind the wheel. So those are some of the things that we were humbled by how we were welcomed by those we stopped. Those were on the right side of the law, applauding us for and of course encouraging us to eliminate a bit more of those who were on the wrong side of the road, those who were posing a threat to themselves, their passengers, and fellow motorists.
Yes, and surely, with some of your interactions with the people who were using the road, what is some of the feedback you are getting from abantu abasebenzisa indlela mhlambe, if they had any concerns about the roads themselves, or if maybe they were giving some information that you might not have been aware of coming from the people who are using the roads? roads in working in partnership with the department?
We got some valuable input from e-motorists. And of course, there was a bit of outcry about the lack of visibility of law enforcement in some quotas. And unfortunately, they are right. It's just that we can't have e-officers just about everywhere. But we've encouraged them to inherit that spirit of being a traffic officer unto themselves and not wait to see someone in uniform before they can obey the rules of the road. Because it's us as motorists who are unfortunately perishing on the road. But of course, the issue of road infrastructure was another issue that came out sharply. Yes, we can't run away from it. There are quite a few roads that are not quite where we would love them to be. And of course, the recent rains have exacerbated that problem, road infrastructure. So there's izinto abathe bazikhankanya-ke njengezinto silisebe ekufuneka sizilungisile. A lot of parents encourage ukuba ngabana masiqhubeke nee-programs zethu esinazo zokufundisa abantwana ezikolweni ngento ye-road safety, batsho besithi-ke abo bantwana mhlawumbe bangakhula babe zi-responsible road users in the future, whether they will be drivers or even pedestrians. All we need is responsible road users in the future. And of course, that is one of the programs that we're gonna, go hard on as is Kolos Evula Kuzegezayo.
Mr. Binqose, from the department and as the department, then what is the overall message that you have for motorists going into a new year, coming from a very hectic and stressful season apha ezindleleni, and maybe what kind of outlook people should be having towards motoring going into the year that we are going into ngoku?
Esingabakhuthaza ngakho kukuba ngabana umba we-road safety is an everyday, all year kind of program. Luxanduva lwethu sonke kuba ngabana siqinisekise uba sikhuselekile ezindleleni, and ingozi do not wait for any festive season or any time of the year. They can hit at any moment, so we've got to be extra vigilant at all times. Bakhumbule ngokuthi abaqhubi ukuba ezinye zemithetho yendlela yile bayifunda besenza lento kuthiwa i-learner's license. Before they even get behind the wheel, they must stick to those basics, because these are zifundisa nge-do's and don'ts ezindleleni phambi kokuba kube kanti uyakhwela emva kwevili. So I want to encourage them not to negate what they had learned while they were learner drivers.
The spokesperson for the Eastern Cape Department of Transport, Mr. Unathi Binqose, enkosi kakhulu ke ngexesha lakho mhlekazi.
Bamazibini mhlazi, enkosi kakhulu.
This is KNR Radio according to you.